We gotta go back.
SK14 gang.
I'm not a leftist, I'm a liberal, and we should just talk to each other. Okay, but what are we gonna talk about? Because you don't want to talk to people like me. You don't want to talk to anybody who's got anything to say. You want to talk to Jewy Jewstein, who says,
Got a lot of questions about Israel in the last week.
Yeah.
I apologize for my defense of our greatest ally in the Middle East.
Yeah.
I will not apologize.
We know you won't, bitch.
That my defense of
Epic,
Israel against
epic.
shut up, you bitch. This guy's the biggest scum-sucking, anti-American loser, traitor.
Who likes Cardi B? 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 Who likes Cardi B?
He's mad. He's mad. Look at that shriveled up little face.
Who likes Cardi B? Who likes
Eat a gamer moment.
SK14 gang.
the last week.
Yeah.
I apologize for my defense of our greatest ally in the Middle East.
Yeah.
I will not apologize.
We know you won't, bitch.
That. But I'm always just very puzzled at times when I get the amount
I'm
of
so
attention
puzzled.
that
I'm so
comes
puzzled all the
from
time.
Middle East, the only place where all three monotheists,
Somebody's got to go Joker mode.
Who likes Cardi B? 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 Who likes Cardi B?
All right, guys, welcome back to the Death by Tyranny podcast. We're going to talk about something a little bit different, something a little bit off the norm, maybe a topic you wouldn't think that you would hear about on this channel, but I think it's very relevant, not only on the topic of what we're talking about today, but just overall in the United States, I think in a large part all over the world. You have this conflict in Russia and Ukraine, and where you can really tell how people more so about that person on which part of the aisle or which way they tend to swing on a certain topic. And I don't think the Ukraine-Russia conflict is any different. But what I'm finding out more and more, so now that the COVID epidemic is ending, you would think that things would go back to normal, that people would be in a lot better mood, that you would see people almost jumping for joy, right? There is not really a big push for mandates in most places around the world. And the places that there does seem to be some kind of restriction or COVID precaution, people really aren't taking it very seriously, and nothing really changed. I think that more or less the people that were going to get vaccinated got vaccinated, and the people that didn't, they probably never will be. And so to keep this charade going is absolutely ridiculous. I've said it before, the people that wear a mask out in public, it's kind of like wearing a clown nose. We know that you realize how ridiculous this shit is, and to keep it up is only trying to virtue signal to the people that you believe is a part of your party and that have the same belief system as you do. And I think your opinions and your morals more so are a joke, and that's why I believe that a mask out in public is more or less a clown nose. And getting back to what I really want to talk about is I think we're really going to see you know how they say chivalry isn't dead, and you still have some men that really take it to the nines where they're opening doors for women and so on and so on. Me, myself, when I'm out in public, no matter what color, religion, or neighborhood that I'm in, I try to hold doors open for people. And this is just not so much out of kindness, but the morals that I was raised with. And I think we're starting to see that the middle-aged people, now that their children are growing of age, you're really starting to see these morals and this old school way of life, where you treat people how you want to be treated, you show everybody with kindness and respect, is really starting to go with the wayside. And I think with that, not only are we seeing a decline in people that want to work, we are seeing people demand more for, shitty quality things. And that's kind of what sparked the topic for today. The topic for today is me, myself, I don't really go out and treat myself to nice things. And when I do buy things, I try to buy things of quality. I'm a firm believer in buy once, cry once. And so the nice things that I do have, that's the basis that I put behind that. It's not so much that I'm a snob and that I want the best of the best. It's just that when I decide that I want to do a podcast and I have to purchase a microphone and a camera for those things, I would rather save my money or sell some things that I'm not using to purchase something of quality. So I don't have to go out and buy that microphone and that camera, and I don't have to upgrade them, once a year. I think that's wasteful. I think you see this and a lot of times with people that say they're for the environment, right? That's why they buy certain things. They're for the environment. But then you see those people buy those things 100 times over. When if they would have just bought the thing that was made out of good quality that might have cost a little bit more money, they would have been able to use that for life. And that is a lot less wasteful than them buying their bullshit, crappy products that is supposed to save the world. And that's how I feel about most things. It's not just mics and cameras. It's with cars. I drive a beat up old pickup truck. I make double the amount of money I made 2 years ago. I could have just as easily went and got a loan for a brand new truck, but I'm still driving the same truck that I drove 5-6 years ago. It doesn't look any better. I didn't put fancy rims on it. It still looks like a piece of shit, and I'm still going to drive it no matter if I hit the lottery tomorrow or I make triple the amount of money that I make right now. I'll still be driving that old pickup truck. That's just how I feel. It's good. It was a decent truck when I got it, and there's no reason to upgrade. And this is why I know you hear a lot of people, it really kind of swings over into other hobbies more so than anything else, where you will see some people that are really into budget firearms or they're into budget watches. And that's all fine and dandy. I understand that some people have to start somewhere, and it is a good learning process, but understand that that isn't how the trend should continue. Once you've figured out kind of what you like and where you're going in that hobby, then you need to really focus in on something of quality that you like, and you should buy that, and it should be something that lasts you a very long time. And I do have a lot of hobbies that this obtains to. When it comes to pocket knives, I don't like to just go buy $50 pocket knives that once they lose their edge, they're almost, not worth keeping and resharpening. I buy a knife that I can take care of and resharpen and hand down to my children. This is the same thing that happens when you talk about pocket watches. Yes, you can go buy a G-Shock, but that G-Shock, it'll do what it's supposed to do. And you can have one maybe to take to work and beat around. But when you're talking about an actual nice, fine timepiece, you want something that's really going to be able to be taken care of and that you can pass on to your children's children. And that's what I thought I was doing. I don't really buy nice gym shoes. Maybe when I was younger, I would buy a nice pair of gym shoes. Hold on, I think we're having some audio issues here. Sorry about that. Dogs and cats going crazy outside. All right, but yeah, so that's what I thought I was doing. I thought I was buying something of good quality. Like I said, maybe when I was younger, I would go out and buy a pair of nicer shoes. More so, my parents would buy me a pair of nicer shoes, and then I would take care of them.